Hello, Dollar General friends. In this video, we are going to discuss everything you need to know about penny shopping, including what it actually is and how you can do it. Penny shopping is when you go to Dollar General and you buy items for 1 penny each. It is not easy at all. It requires a lot of time and a lot of patience. You have to pay very close attention to details, and you should never ask employees about penny items, and we'll discuss that more on another slide. There is no guarantee that you will ever find items for a penny. Lots of people find lots of items, but there are lots of people that find no items. Just because you learn about penny shopping does not guarantee you are going to be able to find items for a penny. If you have questions that aren't answered in this video, please leave them in the comments and I will try to get you whatever answers you need to help you learn more about penny shopping. If you've done this for a while and you think there's some advice that I'm missing from this video, feel free to add that to the comments so that other people can learn. And if you find this video helpful, please like it, leave me a comment, let me know it was helpful. Please subscribe to this channel. Feel free to share this with other people who are trying to learn about penny shopping. Let's get into it some more. The first question people usually have is, when does stuff cost a penny? Almost every week, Dollar General stores put out a list of items that will drop to a penny. There are some weeks where there are no items, but almost every week there's at least one item that's going to drop to a penny. These lists usually go into effect on Tuesdays. Occasionally, there will be something that drops on a Monday or a Wednesday, sometime random, but almost always new penny items start on Tuesdays. There are two different categories of items that go to a penny: seasonal items and POG items. POG items are also called planogram items or core items, and I'll explain that further in just a minute. The first category that pennies is seasonal items. Seasonal items are the things that are brought into the store for different seasons or holidays. There is spring and summer stuff, Easter stuff, Halloween, Christmas, fall, Valentine's. Things like that are the different seasons of items that are brought into the store that only stay on the shelf for a certain amount of time. Seasonal items are usually either obvious things, like holiday decorations, like at Christmas you find garland and ornaments, at Valentine's you find Valentine cards, things like that that are obvious. Or there will be items that are represented by a different color or shape on the price tag. So, for example, the spring and summer toys have pink squares on the price tag. Spring and summer accessories have yellow circles on the price tags. Usually, if it's a seasonal item, it's represented by different color shapes, or it's just obvious that it's a seasonal item. There are always some things that are included in seasonal items that are not obvious, and you will often hear Dollar General shoppers refer to those items as hidden items. If you've ever seen someone make a video or a Facebook post about hidden clearance items, that's what they mean. They mean that those items are following the seasonal markdowns, but it's not obvious that they're seasonal items, so employees are more likely to leave them behind so that you can find them for a penny. When do seasonal items go to a penny? Whenever a season or a holiday ends, the seasonal items will begin the markdown process. So, like Halloween items this year went on sale the day after Halloween. Typically, items drop to 25% off, then 50% off, then 70, then 90. These prices usually drop the day after the holiday and then proceed to drop more every Tuesday. So if the holiday is on a Wednesday, the items will drop in price by Thursday. They might stay 25% off the next Tuesday, but then the next Tuesday they'll drop to 50% off. That's usually the way markdowns work for seasonal categories. Items usually stay at a certain price point for a week, but sometimes Dollar General will wait longer. Sometimes they'll put stuff 25% off and they'll leave it there for 3 weeks, and people get really frustrated, but you just have to wait until they decide they're ready to make it cheaper, and that's when you start to look for the items. After the items have gone to 90% off for a week or sometimes 2 weeks, they will drop to a penny in the system because they are supposed to be pulled from the stores. So once seasonal stuff has sat around long enough to get marked down to 90% off and it still doesn't sell, that's when they're supposed to pull it off the sales floor, and that's when, if you find it, it will ring up a penny. What are POG items? POG items are also called planogram items or core items. So all of those things mean the same thing. It's just talking about items that are on the regular shelf. Examples would be the food and candy that's in the regular grocery section of the store, the toys on the regular toy aisle, and cleaning items on regular aisles. So this is just the stuff that's not seasonal. The things that have no holiday packaging, no special price tags on them with different colors and shapes, and the kind of things that you'll find at any store, like chips that you found at the grocery store, that you find at Dollar General. Those are just POG items. Those are basic items, not seasonal items. When do POG items go to a penny? So every store, not just Dollar General, Walmart, grocery stores, every store will remove products out of sections when the items don't sell often enough or when the item is discontinued by the manufacturer. When Dollar General decides to remove an item, they usually put one of these orange stickers over the price tag, like you can see in the picture. Typically, they'll put the items at 10% off. Sometimes they'll just do 5% off. If they're getting rid of an entire section, they might even put stuff 50% off, but more often than not, it's 10% off. Then when they go in to reset the aisle, they pull off the discontinued items and they move them to the clearance section of the store. The clearance section of Dollar General is usually somewhere in the back of the store. There'll be lots of orange and yellow price tag stickers stuck to all of the items. They usually have orange clearance banners stuck through the shelves. It's usually pretty messy, and that's what the clearance section is. All of the items that they pull off when they discontinue them will be included in clearance events throughout the year, and then those items will be an additional 50 or 70% off the 10% off price that they were when they were discontinued. Typically, this stuff will stay on the clearance aisle for a year or even more before it pennies out of the system and ends up on a penny list. So Dollar General expects these items to sell when they put them the additional 50% off during clearance events. And if they don't, eventually they just want to get them out of the system, and that's when they go to a penny. What happens when an item goes to a penny? What Dollar General shoppers refer to as a penny list is actually a list of items that is sent to employees to be removed from the shelf. Employees receive a list every week that tells them to find certain items and remove them from the sales floor. They are supposed to pack up the items and return them for credit, or if the items are out of date, then they are supposed to throw them out. Sometimes employees forget to remove items, or they can't find the items when they go looking for them, or they just miss some of the items because they were in different places, they were misplaced, maybe it's hidden clearance and they didn't know. So sometimes employees miss items, and the items that the employees leave behind is what we refer to as penny items that shoppers like to hunt for. When people say they're hunting for penny items, when they say that they're going penny shopping, that's what they mean. They're looking for the stuff that employees were supposed to remove from the shelf and hoping that they get lucky and find some and that it rings up a penny. How do you figure out what is going to be a penny? There are a lot of different YouTube channels and a lot of different Facebook groups that are based around shopping at Dollar General. Find YouTube channels that you like, that you feel like are helping you learn, and subscribe to them. Find Dollar General groups that you think are helpful, that have a lot of people sharing useful information. Join them. That's how you're going to learn everything about penny shopping and what is a penny and what is going to become a penny. Usually between Friday and Monday, most channels or groups will have someone or multiple people let you know what is going to be a penny starting the upcoming Tuesday. If it's a planogram item or a POG item, then just make sure you pay attention to what the items are, look at the visuals that people share, keep notes and screenshots of things on your phone to help you find them. Keep screenshots of the UPCs of the items on your phone to help you know which ones you're looking for. If it's a seasonal category that's going to a penny, make sure you watch videos Lots of YouTube channels, including this one, make visual videos of different categories. Like with the summer stuff, I had a green dot visual video, which showed you lots of items that were included with green dot items. That way, when it goes to a penny, you know what to look for without just looking for the green dot. So if it's a seasonal category, find visual videos, watch a lot of them, watch them on repeat if you need to, get the stuff into your brain and get on groups, look at pictures that people share of stuff that they've bought, that they've seen that was included in the markdown process of whatever category it is. If they bought a lot of stuff at 50% off, look at it because now if you find those items, they're going to be a penny. And you want to be able to walk in the store and see these items. You want to remember them. So you really need to memorize the items that are included so that you know exactly what you're looking for when you go in the store. And then you know exactly what to scan with your phone to see if they are a penny in your location. How long do items stay a penny? When an item drops to a penny, they aren't only a penny on Tuesday. I see a lot of people in Facebook groups that think penny shopping only happens on Tuesday. Tuesday is typically the day when stuff drops to a penny, but then it stays a penny for a random amount of time. So you don't just shop on Tuesday, you can go any day and the items will still be a penny, but they will eventually reset, which means they go back to full price. The POG items that go to a penny typically stay a penny for a long time. Once they get pennied out, they stay a penny even for years sometimes, just because they know they're not going to restock the item. It doesn't matter if it stays a penny in the system. Seasonal items that go to a penny usually reset in a couple of months, and that's because they're always pushing out new items. For example, it is currently December. The yellow dot spring and summer accessories went to a penny a couple of weeks ago. They are already putting out new yellow dot spring and summer accessories for next year. So there are already some that are full price. So pretty soon, those ones that went to a penny will reset and be full price, just like the new yellow dot items. It's the same thing with holiday stuff. Christmas stuff will only stay a penny for so long after it goes to a penny, because eventually they'll start getting in new Christmas stuff and they don't want people getting confused. So seasonal items usually reset quicker than the POG items do, but this can happen at any time. And that's why joining groups and watching videos really helps you, because people tend to share when they find out something has reset to full price. You'll see a lot of people in groups panicking because they've been buying the same candy bars for weeks for a penny, and that day they reset to full price, so they want to tell everybody about it. That way they can help others know that they don't need to bring those candy bars to the register anymore because they're no longer going to be ringing up a penny. And that's why the best thing to do, make sure you scan items in your phone so that you know if they are still currently a penny. And you do that with the Dollar General app. How do you scan an item to see if it's a penny? So the first thing you want to do is download the Dollar General app on your phone. This picture shows you what it looks like when you look up the Dollar General app on the Play Store or whatever your phone has for downloading apps. When you look up Dollar General, this is the icon. This is what you're looking for, and you need to download this app onto your phone. The next thing you want to do is open up the app. After that, you click on the address. Near the top of the screen, you'll see a place that says shopping in store, and it will have the address of whatever Dollar General location is usually the closest one to you or the last one that you put in that you were shopping at. And so you need to make sure that that does say the right address. So you click on that part where it says an address, and it will ask how you're shopping, and you put in store. Dollar General pickup is discontinued at Dollar General. So I'm sure they will be taking that option off of the app soon, but for right now, you do have to click that you are in store. And then you look down to the bottom where it says address and you change it. When you click on the change button, it will pull up a list of addresses of different Dollar Generals, and it will tell you how many miles away they are from you. So typically at the top, it will say that a certain store is 0 miles away, and that's because you're at that store. Sometimes I have been to stores where the GPS isn't quite right and it will tell me I'm a mile away, but I know that it's wrong, so I still know that's the right address. So just make sure you click on the address of the store that you are in, and then at the bottom, click Select Store. Next, it takes you back to this screen, and the address should be right now, and you click on Confirm. Now that you have the address set right in your app and you know it's on the store that you're ready to start scanning items. So you click on this little symbol up at the top of the screen. It kind of looks like a barcode. It's a couple of little lines and this little square inside the search product banner. You click on that little emblem and it will take you to a scanner. The scanner will pop up like this. You'll be able to see through it, kind of like you're taking a picture with your phone, and you just point it at whatever barcode you're trying to scan. And as it says on the screen, you line up the barcode inside the little window. And if you have pictures of barcodes when you're sitting at home, you can scan those with your phone. You don't have to have the actual item. As long as you have a picture of the barcode or an actual barcode, you can scan it with your phone. If you're at home and you want to check the price of an item and you don't have the barcodes and you don't have pictures of barcodes, but you do have the UPC numbers. If you don't know, UPC numbers are the little numbers that show up next to the barcode. They are what identifies the product in the system. If you want to enter the UPC numbers, just click at the top of the screen where it says enter barcode number. It will take you to this page and you type the numbers where it says barcode, and then you click submit barcode. It's pretty easy. After you've typed in the UPC numbers or you've scanned the actual barcodes of the item, it will bring up the item and it will look something like this. It will show a picture of the item, the title of what the item is, and then it will show you a price. If the price says 0.01 or 0.00, then it should ring up a penny when you go to the register. Now you'll notice on this particular item under 0.00, it says item not sold at, and then it will say the address of the store you're in. If you scan an item and it says item not sold at your store, or it says not in stock at your store, it doesn't mean anything. You have to ignore that. That could just be because the inventory is off in the store, so they don't think they have any in stock. But if you're standing in a store and the item is in your hand, you know they have it in stock. So the only important thing is to make sure your app is set to the correct address and that the price is the price that you want to pay. And if it's 0.00, that should mean it's a penny item. What do employees think about penny shopping? Every store is different and every employee is different. There are some employees that will not care if you buy penny items. They won't even notice. It doesn't bother them a bit. Some employees will be happy that you found penny items. They'll be excited for you. They'll be amazed that you found good deals. They'll be happy you're getting stuff off the shelves and out of the store. They'll be very pleased. Some employees will be angry that you found penny items. There are employees that will be mad. They will say you're getting them in trouble. They will think you're trying to cheat the system. They will be offended that you're acting like they didn't do their job because you found stuff they should have pulled. There are employees that will get mad at you. Employees are supposed to pull items off the sales floor before they drop to a penny. So when you find them, it's because they didn't do their job. Now, I'm not saying this is their fault. Most Dollar General stores you go in are very understaffed. They will have one employee who is expected to receive items from vendors, run the cash register, stock the shelves, and do everything. It is hard for one person to do multiple jobs, and most Dollar General stores that you go in usually have one employee working, and they don't have time to do all the different things that Dollar General expects them to do. So sometimes they don't have time to hunt down items and pull them off the sales floor before they drop to a penny. The official Dollar General policy is that if a customer comes to the register with items that are a penny, then they are allowed to buy them, except if the item is expired or recalled. If you find food items that are a penny, but they are expired, the cashier can deny you the sale. and if the item is recalled, they are not allowed to sell it to you. The cashier is then supposed to ask you where you found the item, and then they are supposed to go to that area, remove the rest of the items from the sales floor so that no one else gets those items for a penny. Even though that's the overall policy for Dollar General, there are still managers and different employees in different districts that will try to come up with their own rules. Some employees won't know the official policy. They only know what the people in their store and the people that they have worked with have told them. So don't get angry at employees when they tell you that they can't sell you items. There are some managers that will punish their employees and get angry with them for selling penny items, but there are some managers that won't mind at all. You win some, you lose some. You should never cause a scene or fight with employees over penny items because they are not owed to you. It is best to just move on to the next store and maybe consider not going back to that store for a while in case those employees continue to get mad at you when you come back. If you only have a few items, you may be able to avoid involving employees at all by going through the self-checkout. There are some people that say that they've gone through the self-checkout and items won't ring up as a penny, but they will through the regular register. So you kind of have to take that risk. I have bought lots of penny items through self-checkout and never had an issue. And I think it's a really good way to not get any employees involved and not get in trouble. So I do recommend using the self-checkout whenever that's an option. But all of that kind of explains why I said you should never talk to employees about penny shopping. Some of them might be nice to you and friendly and talk about it, but some of them might get mad at you, and then you don't even get a chance to go looking for penny items because they're watching you while you're trying to shop. The next question people always have is where will they find penny items when they go to the store? There is no exact answer to this question. When you go penny shopping, you basically have to look everywhere. A good place to check would always be wherever the items were originally kept. If you're looking for holiday items, go to the holiday aisle and see if they've pulled them yet. Some stores won't pull the items off and you'll get a whole lot. Or they'll leave a few items there that they forgot and didn't see, and you'll at least get a few penny items. Another place you definitely want to check is the clearance section. Lots of stuff that gets misplaced just gets thrown in the clearance section of the store. And if it's a POG item that's going to a penny, it's probably been stored in the clearance section since it was removed from the regular aisle. You should also check end caps and displays that have been missed. And you should always look at sky shelves. Sky shelves are what Dollar General calls the top shelf, way up high. It usually says ask employees for help to get stuff off the sky shelf, but you should not ask employees to get penny items down for you. You should not expect them to want to pull something down to help you when you're doing something that could potentially get them in trouble. So if you see stuff on the top shelf, it's really your responsibility to figure out how you're going to get it into your cart. All I will say is don't hurt yourself. Don't knock something off on your head just because you want to get it for a penny. If you injure yourself, it will not be Dollar General's fault. It will be your fault. Don't hurt yourself trying to get penny items. It's not worth it. If you're really at a store just to find penny items, make sure you walk down every single aisle just to look for misplaced items. Lots of people put things down while they're shopping and decide they don't want to buy them. That's a good way to find stuff that employees haven't had a chance to pull off the floor. Also, make sure you look at all clip strips. Clip strips are the little kind of displays that you find hanging on the sides of aisles. Lots of times they'll put stuff that's seasonal or candy that's discontinued. They'll hang it on those clip strips around the store to try to give it a chance to sell. And then they forget to pull it when they pull off the penny items. So that is a good way to find items that the employees have missed. So here's some final thoughts that I have about penny shopping. Once again, don't ask employees about the penny items. They're not going to help you and they're not supposed to help you. No penny left behind is a good rule to follow. Some people tell you when you find penny items that you should leave something for someone else to find, But I don't think that's a great idea because the official policy says if you find a penny item, the employee is supposed to ask you where you found it. And if you tell them that you left a bunch back there, they're going to get the items and they're either going to pack them up to return them or they're going to throw them away. If you go ahead and take all the items, then you know that you have a chance to get them to somebody that could actually use them. The next thing I do want to mention is that you need to have a plan of what you're going to do with penny items that you can't use. If you start penny shopping a lot and you get really good at it and you get really lucky, you might end up with hundreds of items that you don't actually need. So I do recommend finding local charities and schools that will take some of the items that you don't need. You can find some of those little free food boxes and free libraries that people have been building in different communities, and you can fill them up with stuff that you got for a penny. If you get stuff that you can't use, find a way to give it to someone that can use it. Or a lot of people that penny shop also have yard sales. They sell the items they got for a penny for a couple of dollars. It helps them get their gas money back. It helps them make a little money so they can continue to shop. Make sure you have a plan of what you're going to do if you get stuck with 100 items that you can't actually use. Another thing I think is important to remember is that you don't need to be rude. If you find other people that are shopping for things for a penny, be nice to them. You're not in competition. You're both just having fun. Maybe you can share your items with each other. Maybe they found something you didn't. Maybe they found something you want and you found something they want. Feel free to trade. Make sure you are nice to employees. They are just doing their job. They are not there to make you unhappy. They are supposed to remove items from the sales floor so you can't find them for a penny. So you should not be mean to them because you can't find penny items. That just means they're doing their job. I also want to say, don't be messy. A lot of people pull stuff off the shelf so they can scan it. It's not a penny, so they throw it back in the wrong place. Don't do that. If you don't want the item, make sure you put it back where it's supposed to be. And if you're going through a very messy clearance section and scanning a bunch of stuff, try to leave it looking better than it did when you got there. If you're finding a bunch of penny items and pulling them out, you can put all the trash that you find because every clearance section has a lot of trash. Put all the trash in a pile for the employees to take care of. Just try to leave it better than the way it was when you found it. That way, maybe the employees have a positive feeling about you and they don't get angry with you and they actually get happy when you come in the store. I said it before and I just want to say it again. Penny shopping is not easy. You do have to pay very close attention to details. Sometimes you will find the exact same item with different barcodes. Lots of times they will put out different accessories like keychains. They'll put them out for spring and summer with a yellow dot. Then they bring in the exact same keychain for winter and it will have a blue dot. When the yellow dots go to a penny, people will start pulling those same keychains that have blue dots, not realizing that they're full price. So you really have to pay attention to every tiny detail. You really need to treat penny shopping like it's a test. Treat it like you're in school and you need to study all the details. Watch as many videos as you can. Look at as many posts as you can find in groups. Look at what other people buy and just really try to memorize things and it will make it so much easier on yourself. I do want to repeat that there is no guarantee that you will ever find a penny item. There are people that have tried to find penny items for years that have never found one. And there are people that weren't even trying to find penny items and accidentally bought some. When it comes down to it, you're not supposed to be able to find items for a penny. They're not supposed to be on the floor. So if you find them, you're getting lucky. It's not something that's supposed to happen. So don't get mad if you don't find anything. And I also want to recommend that if you go in stores often and you keep finding nothing, don't get completely disheartened. Make sure you go back whenever they have clearance events. Lots of stores will store their clearance items in the back in gray plastic totes, and when they have clearance events, they pull them out and they don't have time to look through what's in the totes, and the totes will end up being filled with things that have gone to a penny since the last time the gray totes were put in the back of the store. So always keep looking, always keep trying. You could get lucky. Don't give up. Another thing I want to explain that you will see a lot in Dollar General groups and on a lot of YouTube videos, and that is YMMV. And that stands for Your Miles May Vary. And what that means is sometimes when you go to one store, stuff will be a penny, but it is not a penny at all stores. Sometimes you'll go to a Dollar General 5 minutes away and it's a penny. And so then you go 10 minutes down the road to another Dollar General and it's full price. That's why it's so important to always use your app. Make sure you have it set to the location of the store that you are in, and make sure you scan items to see what they're ringing up in that store. I'll repeat it again, there are no guarantees when it comes to penny shopping. I hope this video really helps you out, guys. I hope you learned a lot. I hope this explained everything that you needed to know so that you can start penny shopping. If you have any questions that you don't feel like I answered, please feel free to leave them in the comments so that I can try to answer them for you. If you have a question, chances are there are other people that have the same question, so don't feel bad about asking. Please subscribe to this channel. If you found this video helpful, you will probably find my other videos helpful, and I love making videos about Dollar General, so please subscribe so that I can help you find lots of great deals, and hopefully I can help you find lots of penny items. Until next time, guys. Bye.